Hey guys, welcome back to How to Rip's Lesson of the Week. Today's video is on a hugely important topic. It's affecting surfers all over the world at any level. Beginner, intermediate, advanced, pro, it does not matter. Without quality wave selection and the ability to recognize what a good wave is and a bad wave is, you cannot work on whatever your goal is. It might be the pop-up, it might be how to start turning, it doesn't matter. So grab a coffee, go to your favorite cafe, get comfortable, sit down and set back for what we have coming. And by the way, if you're new here, why don't you subscribe now so you can stay up to date with all our latest videos and tutorials. So the best place to start is looking at what a bad wave is. Let's take a closer look at some common poor wave choices. The first one are waves that are too fat and too slow. Waves like this don't allow you to get any speed and they don't offer sections for you to perform maneuvers on. Next, we have a look at closeouts. Now a closeout is a wave that doesn't go right or left. It just breaks all in one big heap. These waves don't allow for any maneuvers, although however, in sessions where closeouts are all that's available, you can still practice taking off and getting one turn in before the wave closes out. For beginner surfers, a common mistake they make when selecting waves is catching the whitewater long after the wave has actually broken. This means it's lost most of its power and the surfer struggles to actually catch the wave, and even if they do, by the time they get to stand up, the wave is over. Now the last few points come down to your positioning on a wave. 3 points we need to discuss. 1 is sitting too deep. Too deep on a peak means that you can't get around the section and then being able to surf the wave. You get caught behind the section and the wave runs away from you. Next, you can go the other way where you're too far on the shoulder. By taking off here, you miss the initial section had you taken off on the peak. This is wasting a good opportunity to practice a maneuver. And the final positioning mistake is taking off too late. When you take off too late, it can be much harder to actually complete the takeoff. The consequences of choosing bad waves is obvious. Frustration. Take a look at some of these examples, I'm sure you've been there before. Once you've had a good think about the type of wave you're looking for, so for example it might be a beginner. Beginner surfer wants a white, fluffy, foamy whitewater wave that they can take off on. However, compare that to a pro surfer who wouldn't even look twice at that. They're looking for waves that allow them to perform huge progressive maneuvers back to back to back. So you need to look at what level you're at to then work out what a good wave is for you. Now a wave like this is what most intermediate surfers are looking for. A wave that allows them the opportunity to perform multiple maneuvers in the critical section of the wave. But to do this, the wave actually has to offer you critical sections. So we're looking for medium to steep sections on a wave which allow us to perform the turns we're after. The other thing to remember is that every session will have its own definition of a good wave. Now take this session here for example. This particular day was quite fat. Most waves were fat and slow and they didn't offer much variety for turns. So on this day, the best waves were the steeper, bowlier waves because these waves allowed for more speed and better maneuvers to be performed. Compare that to this day at Pipe, where the best waves were the big hollow ones. So you must take each session on its own merits and determine what waves are the best for that session, and for you to be able to practice whatever it is you're working on. Now that we're able to recognise what a good wave is and what a bad wave is, let's have a look at some other hints and tips to help you with your good wave selection. To be good at selecting the right waves, you have to be good at decision making. Now there's a few things to remember here. You must be able to say no to average waves in order to get the best waves. This will allow you to maintain your peak position in the lineup in order to get the best wave when it comes. Next, don't be a sheep. Don't just go and sit where the majority of surfers are. I see this all the time when the majority of surfers sit way out the back because they think that's where the biggest, best waves are. But often, the best waves are the ones that sit closer to shore because they get steeper on the shallower sandbanks. But you have to make this judgment call every time you go to the surf. So take 5 minutes to do a beach analysis to see where the best waves are. Whether the waves are pumping or small and grovelly, the same set of guidelines can be applied to ensure that you catch only the best waves in that session. Thanks for watching the video today, guys. I hope that you've learned something and that from now on when you go surfing, you make better decisions. Remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below to let us know what else you want to see.
Something like this one. On the wave, then looking